Raoul 46. Radial orbicular ultima linker 46.
This video is an offshoot of my Living in the Sky series. In the first video, I asked the question, after 200 years, why aren't we living in the sky? As I started the project, I began to realize how my thinking and my experience were flat.
Smartphones, flat. Smartwatches, flat. Tablets, computers, TVs, flat, flat, flat. Chess, Go, Chinese chess, Monopoly, Mahjong, Snakes and Ladders, Fanurana, football, basketball, kabaddi, bowling, papyri, tablets, manuscripts, books, newspapers, houseplans, family memories, our official identities. Even our world is flat. Living in the sky calls for an ability to think in a volumetric fashion. I had to abandon my flat thinking and try a different approach. After some trial and error, I settled on the following approach. I divided the equator, or zero parallel, into 12 equal spaces, 30 degrees apart. Then I drew a vertical circle and again created 12 spaces. From there, I went up 30 degrees to the first vertical space and drew another circle. On this circle, one can fit 10 spaces. Going up one more space, or 60 degrees from the first line, I draw another circle. It's half the length of the first line, fitting 6 spaces. Finally, right at the top, there's a single space. The bottom half of the sphere mirrors the top with a circle of 10 spaces, a circle of 6 spaces, and a single space at the bottom, giving a total of 46 spaces. For the 7 bands, I chose colors as names: amethyst, azure, celeste, moss, sunflower, saffron, and vermilion. As our Earth has a daylight side and a dark side, so the bands have been split into 2 halves, aurora and twilight. Each band numbers from 1 on the aurora side and again from 1 on the twilight side. Vermilion and amethyst belong to both aurora and twilight. The frame is made of 1 mm cardstock. The spaces are made of washers, as the pieces are magnetic. The washer labels include connection indicators. In a traditional flat game, there are 4 primary connections and 4 secondary or diagonal connections. Here, there are 9 different layouts with 6, 7, or 8 connections. The pieces are magnets, painted pink or brown. The goal of this game is to connect opposite sides of the sphere or the orb. And the colors can help you. The amethyst and vermilion, there's just one of each of them, and they're on the opposite sides. You can see they connect. And then it goes by band. Azure band spaces will connect with saffron band spaces. Celeste band spaces will connect with sunflower band spaces. And moss connects with moss, the opposite sides. Now take for instance moss. Like if you have moss aurora, you see the white, that's aurora. The twilight ones all have black around them. So like moss aurora 3 will connect to moss twilight 3. So the number stays the same, and you just go to the opposite side. Or you take azure. Azure, again aurora, azure aurora 3 will connect with saffron twilight 3. When you look, yes, certainly they're on the opposite side. Let's play a quick game between the cats and the birds. This, we're going to play freestyle, meaning either team can connect any two opposite points on the sphere and win. If you play point to point, you choose at the beginning of the game which 2 points you're going to connect, and then the rest of the game is trying to find a way through. Freestyle tends to be a bit on the quick side. So we'll let Bird start. Oftentimes you might start with moss, amethyst, or vermilion, or a point like Moss Aurora 1, which has 8 different connections, or Moss Twilight 1, which has 8 different connections. And a quick replete, oftentimes you just go to the other side and do the opposite, and that there's no way you're going to connect that one. So then this was what, Sunflower Twilight 4 to Celeste. Oh, they do have it. Just a different point. Okay, Cat's one. Since starting to play Raoul 46, my flat thinking has been challenged. On a sphere, there's no top or bottom. You can set it on any face and it'll balance on that face. Each face goes radially to the center of the sphere. A sphere or an orb, you can't see the other side. So by wanting to connect this side with this side, I can't look at the start and the finish at the same time. I'm looking over here, I can't see the back. I'm looking over here, I can't see the front. On a flat surface, you can see everything laid out. With a sphere, you can never see everything laid out. That's the orbicular in the name. When you take two opposite points, every other point on the sphere can be between those 2 points. I can go from here to here by going along here. I can go along this way. I can go along that way. On a flat surface, there's a shortest distance. On the sphere, there's not. When you take two opposite points, then every other point on the sphere lies between those 2 points. In the short time I've played Raoul 46, my understanding of space has begun to change. I would love to read your comments below. If you're interested in Raoul 46, please email me. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel.